Denomme breaking in, pointed a shot at the near corner, and Toros was able to dive to get a hand on it. Here's the corner, headed into the goal, they score!
That was exactly how corner kicks are supposed to go, especially when there are a massive amount of play. You just kick it in and pray.
Well, that time there was one player who was able to get his head in the game and get the head on the ball.
Ba-dum-bum.
And we will see.
AIC goal scored by number 16, Thomas Denomme. Assist by number 7, Connor Doyle.
24:48 to go, and that's the way these games work. Sometimes, you know, you think, you know, sometimes a referee will miss a call, but
won't really matter.
Won't make a difference anyway. Headed toward the goal. Didn't score.
I think it was an own goal situation.
Toros misplayed that one, that's for sure. I'm not sure if it went off of a Queens player.
I think that did go off a Queens player.
Oh, we'll see.
That's an own goal situation. I think
Toros should have had that either way. I mean, there's no question.
There's no exactly goal announcement right now.
Well, they have to announce it, whether it's an own goal.
AIC goal scored by number 8, Sean Stevenson.
They're going to say Stevenson touched it on the way through. He'll get credit for the goal, so I guess it's not an own goal. Not sure what was said, but they were definitely staring daggers at one another, that's for sure. Cleared over the middle, looking for that header. And then a redirection into the goal. They score! Denomme, number 2. The rebound. And there's no question this time that he put it in.
Sitting here talking to AIC head men's soccer coach Fred Balbino. Fred, we just pulled out a 3-1 non-conference win over Queens. We did fall behind kind of early in the game, had to come from behind. Came up huge in the second half, though. Can you talk about what it took to get the win today?
Well, I thought we started off the game pretty well. First 10-15 minutes, the boys were looking to pass the ball. Then they took control of the first half, and it was a little bit disappointing with our performances first half. We went in the locker room, we had a little talk, we made a couple adjustments. We told them that we had to put some pressure on the defenders, and the guys made the adjustments, and we played well the second half.
Okay, now in the second half, we had 2 goals from Tom Denomme, another one from, I believe, Sean Stevenson. 2 of them were off of headers. Can you just kind of, talk about, how those plays kind of broke down and, what happened there?
2 of the goals came off corner kicks or set pieces, which is, I believe, the first time that we've done that all year. We've been focusing on that. We know, our opponent coming up scores a lot of set pieces, so we focused, and we've been practicing their set pieces, and as I believe Tom said, that we might be running with that play, but I thought the boys really put a great effort the second half. Stevenson has, to me, been an all-conference player the whole year, and Tom seems to find those big goals for us. So it was a great effort. We had a freshman keeper in the pipes for the first time, and played extremely well for us.
Okay, now it did seem like Queens kind of had the advantage momentum-wise for about a 10-minute span there late in the game, really until Tom scored the 3rd goal for us. Can you just talk about how the team reacted to that, and then just putting them away with that 3rd goal?
Yeah, we did. They did have the swing. We actually went into a more defensive shell, we dropped the midfielder back more, sitting in front of the back 4, and that's when the momentum swung. But I thought we had chances. We stretched them out after that, and that's how the last goal came about.
Standing here talking to AIC men's soccer player Thomas Denomme. Tom, we just recorded a 3-1 non-conference win over Queens. You scored 2 goals in the game. Could you talk about the 2 scoring plays for us real quick for those that missed it?
The first play, we just tried a new corner kick play, and it's actually preparing for Bentley, and we just figured we'd give it a shot, and we ended up scoring off it. So we may take it and use it ourselves now. But Connor just played a nice corner kick in, and I was just on the front post and was able to just head it in.
Okay, and what about the second one there? We were up 2-1 in the closing minutes. About 10 minutes to go, he scored the one that kind of sealed it for us.
Yeah, it was just a nice cross in, and Pavel, worked hard with 2 defenders on him and headed it down, and the goalie was out of position, and I just pretty much had an open net and, just tapped it in. But Pavel worked really hard to draw the 2 defenders there, and and leave me open on the back post.
Okay, now they were sustaining pretty good pressure on us prior to that, right until you scored that the third goal of the game for us. Was there anything that was maybe said, like, on the field, or you guys just find another gear to hit to put the game away?
Nothing really specific, but we just started playing well as a team rather than individually. We weren't really playing well throughout most of the game, and then in the second half we decided we really needed to pick it up and get momentum going into our last game against Bentley on Friday. So it was nice to get a non-conference win up, going into that last conference game.